Hey everybody, welcome to NHL Trade Talk Now. My name is Jim Parsons. I'm here with NHLTradeTalk.com. Before we go on to our next video, I got to remind you, check out Fanatics Card Shop. Go to the marketplace on Facebook if you want to get some of the brand new cards and collectibles, including the Upper Deck Series 2, which is going to be dropping this week. Check them out. You can buy that stuff online right now. But we have a very important topic to discuss today, and it's all about, it's the debate, it's the rage, it's what everybody's talking about today. Tim Peel was fired by the NHL for getting caught on a hot mic during the Nashville Predators versus Detroit Red Wings game, where he basically admitted that he was doing a makeup call on a penalty that should have been a penalty. He dropped an F-bomb on live TV, all sorts of stuff, and the NHL has fired him today for that. He was going to retire at the end of the year. That's not really the important part here, but what is really kind of a thing to talk about going forward is what does this mean for NHL officials that are remaining in the league? How are they going to call penalties moving forward? What has this can of worms opened up by the NHL mean? What I'm thinking is that this is going to be a situation that's going to be very closely monitored, and it's going to be heavily watched by a lot of people, because now the NHL has basically drawn a line in the sand. It's black and white. If it's a penalty, you call it. If it isn't, you don't. Anything else isn't going to be acceptable by Colin Campbell and the NHL standards, which is going to be very interesting because we all know that there's game management going on within any given NHL game. Players like Connor McDavid, Alex Ovechkin, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, this highly skilled players of the game aren't drawing every penalty that they probably should, or players are trying to get away with things. They're diving. They're doing other things that NHL officials aren't calling. There is game management within the game. It's expected. It is what it is. The NHL is just mad that they got called out on live TV for it, and they had to make an example of the referee who did it. So what's going to happen going forward? Are we going to see a ton more penalties in the NHL? Are we going to see way less because the NHL officials are going to say, hey, this isn't illegal, so it's not a penalty anymore? Will there be lopsided power plays, 7 for one team and 1 for another? What are we going to see? Because anything gray isn't going to fly by NHL standards now, right? So is this going to drastically change what happens with the officiating going forward and for the rest of the season and headed into the playoffs? Could we see like 6 power plays for one team in the third period of a tie game? By the rule book, if it's a penalty, you got to call it. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here, and I'm curious to see where NHL goes with this and how it affects players like Connor McDavid, who draws a ton of penalties. He's second in the league with 21, but he should draw way more. So let's watch for this one. We'll see what happens. But Tim Peel being fired today by the NHL, right or wrong, whatever you think about that decision, it's going to open a massive can of worms for the NHL. All right, go to the NHLTradeTalk.com website to check out all the latest news and rumors. Check out Fanatics Card Shop at the marketplace on Facebook, and stay tuned for more videos. Hit subscribe, like to these videos, and keep our channel growing. Thanks, guys.